A lot of people have probably guessed that I'm going to feel the need to do this. First, today's episode takes place in the Amazon rainforest of Brazil. There are no pygmy peoples on the American continents. These folks live in the rainforests of Central Africa. They're one of the few people groups in all of Africa that were traditionally allowed to ignore national borders and live their nomadic lifestyle in peace. Pygmy is a Greek word. It means short, yet another demonstration of the awesome superiority of Greek creativity. The people call themselves by various names according to their tribes, language, subgroups, and all that stuff. Of course, Europeans, even the ancient Europeans such as the Greeks, had to make their own names for anybody they didn't understand and tell the people, this is what you are now, live with it. Before someone asks, yes, the people do consider pygmy a racial slur. The people call themselves by their tribe names. This person is Aka, those folks are Moody. There are a handful of titles, and apparently the ancient Greeks couldn't pronounce any of them. I wonder why. We watch a monkey and some kind of colorful bird start raising the alarm. A black jaguar is stalking through the undergrowth.
Unta kukari, abata, abata, kukari ugsan, abata, kukari, ugsanumta, untulampahan, unta kukari.
I'm not sure what language that's supposed to be, but I doubt it's any kind of pre-Columbian Inca dialect. The most common language I could find that is spoken by the indigenous people is Quechua. Listen to a little of it and then compare.
Allá, quechua parlan quichu.
Ari, sumasta parlani.
Ima sutikiri.
Kasiaman kaisutila.
Kukari ugsan, abata, kukari, ugsanumta.
Our invented language includes lots of long vowels, untaku kari, whereas Quechua is a lot more clipped, similar to Tagalog. Words are pronounced short and crisp. So I don't know what our writers dreamed up, but I'd love for them to translate it just to prove it's a real language. The guys that aren't tied up don't intend to stay around and answer my questions. Everybody's first thought is Black Panther. Those live in Asia and Africa. That is a South American jaguar. The black coloring is a genetic variation, and it's not hard to figure out why it stayed around. Regular jaguar coloring helps them blend in with the trees and brush and stuff. This guy can slip through the underbrush and low-hanging tree limbs and all the rest and be practically invisible. Right now, he doesn't need to, though. Those guys smeared some kind of bait on their victim, so you get the feeling we've done the jaguar dance before.
Hey, Race! Where are we?
We're still about 40 miles from your father's laboratory, Johnny.
What is down there?
No one really knows. No one's ever gone in before.
Why?
Well, there's a story the jungle is inhabited by tribes of hostile Indians.
So far, they only seem to be hostile to each other. Race says they've never seen a white person and they worship airplanes. Now, he said nobody really knows anything about these people, so how does he know that? But speaking of airplanes, theirs is conking out.
What is it, Race?
Engine trouble. We're going down.
Pick a soft spot.
I'll do my best, Haji. Check your seatbelts. This may be rough. Brace yourselves.
The radio is dead, so they have no way to call for help. There's only one way out of here. Well, two. One at the end of each leg.
Boy, it looks like that plane's had it.
That's for sure. Well, let's head for the river and follow it to the coast. Someone's in trouble. Let's go.
They don't know what the situation is or how it came about, but they do know making a guy battle a jaguar with his hands tied behind him isn't a fair contest. You probably wouldn't see that happen in a cartoon from about 1975 on. The shot would have just scared the animal away rather than kill it. That's right. Kids today are supposed to believe that in a situation where a man is about to be mauled to death, you behave delicately so as not to hurt the poor kitty. Once Race is sure it's dead, Jonny goes to free that guy. Based on his size, he assumes he's just a kid.
Hey, I don't think he is a kid.
He is very small.
He's as tall as he'll ever be. He's a pygmy. Cut him loose, Johnny.
Right. There you go.
Look at Tarusa. Look at Tarusa.
That must mean thank you.
Take a look at the size of this panther that almost ate our friend.
Boy, he's a big one. Look, Haji, and hey, where'd our friend go?
He's gone.
You expect him to stay around and invite you home for coffee? Somebody put him there and enticed the cat to come get him. You can't blame him for not staying around to give them another chance. The other tribesmen heard the shots and are racing back to the clearing. I suggest you guys make like your new friend and not be there when they arrive.
Uh-oh.
Freeze, boys. One move and they'll make pin cushions out of us.
Meanwhile, Race is standing there with a high-powered rifle that would probably scare them all back into the jungle if he fired it in the air. Instead, they start walking.
Kari. Habata. Habata ku. Otsan ku. Zan unta. Umta ku kari.
What's going on out there, Johnny?
It looks like they're still praying to that model airplane.
Okay, they did bring us home. Now about that coffee.
Umta ku kari. Habata. Omota zuma.
What if I don't want my hands tied? That's a pretty good answer.
But he's still waiting for the coffee. Feeding him to something without any is just uncouth.
Sounds like an airplane.
They haven't tied Haji yet, so Race has an idea.
Sim salabim. Sim salabim. Aya tu sim nadim. Sim salabim.
Look, Race, it's working.
Quiet, Johnny. Haji's got to concentrate.
Aya tu sim nadim.
I want Race to tell me why he had Haji do that instead of melting into the jungle and escaping to get help.
Johnny, grab their spears and start moving back toward the jungle.
Right, Race.
Akita. Akita. Unta consola magiera. Sim salabim. Aya tu sim nadim.
I got him, Race. What now?
Careful, Johnny.
Huh?
To answer your question, Johnny, the first step is to watch where you're going. Walking this way and looking that way tends to lead to that.
Boy, what is it? Race, Haji, look! There's something moving over there.
Bandit, quiet. Sit, boy.
Looks like a Coatamundi was licking a bowl and it fell over on him. Anybody want to help out here? My mistake. That's not a coatamundi, it's the common South American grateful dude. He starts cutting them loose. But remember that spear he bumped on his way over here?
Right. Let's get out of here. Fast.
Yeah! Oh, ay, na! Oh, oh, na, na! Ay, yama! Ay!
I think if I was Race, I'd be willing to stick around and put myself in danger for a few more seconds just to watch that. It's not often you see a really effective hot foot.
Everyone set?
Ready, Race?
Okay, here.
I wish I knew how to thank our friend.
Let's see. What was that he said when we helped him? Lock tour.
I remember. Loca Turusa!
Loca tarusa! Nanto ketoram! Nanto ketoram!
Nantu Keturum! Hey, how about that? I speak their language.
I don't know what I said, but I spoke their language. They ride the river until dawn.
We're gonna have to stop someplace along here.
Why, Race?
Because he has to pee. If you don't, there's something unnatural about you.
The river current's too slow. The Pygmies will be tracking us, and at this rate, they'll cut us off.
All right, that too. He finds a high hill where they can dig in, create some decent defenses, and hopefully hold those guys off until someone finds them. Someone besides the little guys, that is. I can't bring myself to call them pygmies.
Gota, omzi, gota!
Look, they sniff the ground like dogs.
They're the best trackers in the world, Haji.
Uta sunta! Asutu pamishna!
Whatever they call themselves, they're ready to attack. A couple more boulders like that send them scattering. The problem is, there's a whole bunch of them, and they're spread out enough that one boulder can only chase about 3 of them at a time. Plus, they ran out of boulders. What's the next line of defense? This is delaying tactic, and they're running out of resources. They need something that will make these guys give up and go home. I don't think that bonk on the chieftain's head will do it.
Look! Over on the next hill!
Yeah, they've got a clear shot from there. You watch down the hill. I'll take care of those babies.
I learned from the Brothers in Arms games that that's called flanking in English. I don't know what they call it. They don't have any more boulders, but they have a good supply of smaller rocks, mostly because the hill is made of them. The boys will keep rolling rocks down the hill while Race takes his belt off. When you gotta go, you gotta... Maybe I should wait and see what he's doing before I...
I'm ready!
Let her fly!
2 months after the episode aired, Knott's Berry Farm started building that ride. It wasn't as big a hit as they hoped.
How about that? They're running away! We scared them off!
No! Listen, Johnny.
I hear it, Haji. Helicopters. That's what chased our little friends off.
Race uses the gem in Haji's tournament as a signal mirror, and they're rescued. We get a few hijinks with the choppers chasing the natives around, but it's all pretty generic and not really that interesting.
Well, that was an adventure, wasn't it?
It sure was. And not one I'd like again, right, boys?
Agreed.
Right.
Well, that makes it unanimous. Say, why were you coming to see me anyway? I would have been back in a few days.
Well, this came in the mail. It looked important.
It said your car's extended warranty was about to expire, and I was pretty sure you'd be concerned about that.
Yes, it does look important. Oh, no!
Bad news, Doctor?
Anything but, Race. It's a form letter from the African Geographical Society asking me if I would be interested in participating in a round-table discussion on the following subject. Are you ready?
Fire away, Doctor.
Are Pygmies warm and friendly people? Yes or no?
Pygmies friendly?
No!
How would they know? They were in Brazil. For a brilliant scientist, Dr. Quest doesn't seem to know that Brazil isn't in Africa. This series is supposed to be better than that. I have to wonder what happened to our writer's mind. As for the welcome that they did get from those guys, I suppose that can happen when your first encounter with them involves violating one of their laws by freeing that guy. I know they had to do it, but still, that doesn't get you off to a good start. It's kind of like walking into a stranger's house and smashing their TV. Not the most effective way to introduce yourself. I wish someone had told me that before. Never mind. A lot of people have probably guessed that I'm going to feel the need to do this. I can say, good Lord. Great start, David.